General gis naa la nga def ci live waroon seetal sa live bi yow nan nga jàngatee because of biñ ko génnee ñu bëri jàpp nañ ne it is unlawful waruñ ko fa génne nuñ ko génnee ndax constitution bi wax na ko but yow président Barrow continué na soit in ki nga xam ne moom moo ko replace muy Amadou Sow yow ban jàngat nga ci nekk di am.
I have a different take on that.
All right.
The unconstitutionality and the unlawful expedition of the government. What nani? Man, Lemafajis, that is unlawful is the guy was in the middle and is still in the middle of an investigation. Auditing exercise la. Mungsi in a multi-billion probe. One ran ko muna bay. Bem jekale ligéyam. Nguur gi jéego bu ñu war a jël wax nañ ko comme Galas lu mu ko waxee that particular section 4 Act 5 allows and permits the president to set up a panel of investigation into the affairs of the Auditor General, which must include a High Court judge, the Ombudsman, and a member of the Public Service Commission. It's clear. While days before that, man, be done as a timeline be who audits the Auditor General. It's very important. Dallas, one of you, everybody, Gambian, they need to know things. Nobody is exempted or exonerated from transparency. A corruption can do exonerate, can, regardless of the status quo. One tamit si wabine koku, Karamba, when Karamba was leaving, they have 9 capable people within the internal audit unit. The government did not appoint those people. They went to the Accountant General's chamber. Jelefa Modou Ceesay isiko. Def ko Auditor General. Process bobu lu ko waral moy ne government bi mun na am dañ am yaakaar ci moom mu ñew comme Galas ko waye mu ngi génné ñun ñu ngi jaajëfal lolu if he brings out 10 times the fall in which Karamba was working, we will allude to the fact and we say thank you, bravo, Mr. Ceesay. While lolu exonerate ko mom si bopam pour ñu xam mom moy kan. With all due respect. Fi dama ko de wax kelebe kele ko no amna ñoo xamne they doing what they supposed to do waaye ñoom seen jikko tamit am na loo xam ne def si lëj including him Auditor General. Yes. Man dama nekk loo xam ne dama de non amoon ma jàppa damaa ñëw firinde.
ok ñëwal.
Because xam nga back and forth si republic bi buñ binda ne Auditor General si boppam dafa bëgg a investigate Central Bank bu waasee di bañ xam nga sooy di laa koo xam ne dafa understand lu moo def it's very important nga xam fan nga koo jaar. The Auditor General is responsible for providing auditing for the Central Bank ñëpp xam nañ loolu waaye léegi Auditor General soo nee yow sa boppa yaa contract an international firm called PKF si suma vidéo bi wax naa ko mooy Panel Care Fosters auditing group. Auditor General bi moo ko contract pour mu audit Central Bank and the way in which central banks are audited is different from other institutions. You must have the capacity and the human resources capital to do that. Luther, in the first place, if the Auditor General was able to do that by himself, Luther Muwara contract an international firm like PKF, you should not supposed to do that. Luñ wax man ay because su dara xewé access to information bill moo am si réew mi léegi dama laajte dama toppa bi ko bugguma tuumal kenn bugguma sosal kenn loo xam ne at the end of the day mënuma taxaw di fen loolu oo wax ko waaye soo contracted somebody is performing your duties as you said yow yaa ko jël nga ne ko mu defal la auditing so yow soo bëggee def loolu liñ leen wax dafa yomba terminate that contract with PKF soo ko terminaté ñooñu xam nga duñ leen auditaat yow nga ñëw nga audit ñu waaye doo mën a contract nit mu ñëw audit yow nga ñëw audit ñu si kaw loolu tamit ñaari auditors si benn exercise te yow yaa contract kooku loolu conflict of interest la moo isi duplication of functions let's be realistic Modou Ceesay, what he does is fine. Everybody allude to the fact that lu moo génnee baax na waaye Modou Ceesay ndax moom si boppam mu ngi def lu mu war a def Modou Ceesay bu ñu ko appointé 2022 ba léegi 6 directors la appoint 6 directors directly without going through due processes of appointing those directors. mu jëlee koo xam ne GRTS la nekk Yaamu Ndaw Gueye is ko def ko director of internal forensic auditing without any due auditing experience at the audit department GRTS la jógee other directors yoo xam ne ñaari department moo ko create mu isi people from assistant manager xam nga fii liggéey bu nekk dafa am système bu moo demee assistant manager loo mun di neexee loo mun di baax loo mun a job bro mun loo jógee assistant manager position ñu jump loola manager ñu jump loola senior manager def la director loolu foo ko gis lan lañ fee wax favoritism and nepotism loolu mënut a am Modou Ceesay does that. Modou Ceesay conflict of interest bu ñoo wax fii nii di si tudda jarbaati président Modou Ceesay jarbaatam mooy di forensic audit manager in the audit office Modou Mariga his sister son la xanaa réew mi nag léegi dañ toolu place boo xam ne Serekunda la audit office war a nekk o Serekunda o Komakunda loolu du yoon two wrongs cannot make a right. Borrow in the manner in which it is done, man, what is unlawful. But when you look at the Gambian law, man, what 1997 constitution and the 1970 whatever constitution and what, it will give you a right on the right hand side. It will bring regulations that will take that right from you from the left to the right. The law is silent in that place. There is a lacuna, and the lacuna is, we're talking about removal and termination. But in the section, when you go, I don't see anywhere there they talk about redeployment. People should be careful. These are legal interpretation left for the legal-minded people to interpret. But if there is a lacuna, and in the entire process, I'll hear only one thing: he is redeployed to the Ministry of Trade as minister. The TB time Yahya Jammeh, man, one thing I can say and I would like to say, nit munuloko appoint nak. Munuloko appoint nak plus. Feka oyuloko nga ofako. Ya ham den ko o nga wakone si verbally de malabuga appoint mo accept ko o den ko binda. Fin lako wahe verbally, therein comes the appointment letter. The deka binifi so la wahe de la appoint instantly la utal replacement. Te yo si wa bopa buñ wahe na de la appoint fokk ñu utal la replacement te suñ la utalé de la wala diw mo la replace. Whatever decision that is arrived at that is Modou Ceesay's decision. Why na la wax leena people when they Gambian bi then they buga maglo, everybody is a good guy under the eyes of people who think they are good in the sense xamuñ leen bu baax. Man waxuma na liggéey bu moo def waaye moom si boppam am na lu mu dee def man nangu àndutaa yoon. That is the fact. 6 directors kenn amul doole boobu nga appoint leen within from 2022 ba 2025 without going through due process. That is abuse of authority. Sa jarbaat yaa ngi leen a appoint def leen manager forensic audit xanaa ne di xamuñ loolu si réew mi. You sideline people who your deputy auditor general for admin. Yow da nga ko sideline for 1 year du dee tukki because da nga def loo xam ne da nga binda a request that they should be paid 5 days per day mu ne la déedéet ñun 3 days lañ la am fooguloo nga change ko nga def ko 3 days we gonna spend only 3 days not 5 days nga génne ko si trip bi so ñaari jarbaat yooyu noonu every tukki dañoo tukki yow nga am directeur boo appoint sa cousin la si benn département boobu noonu yow sa jabar sax am na fay mbokk yu dul jee nga maa wax lan loolu is a private entity for people. Gambia government department. The man travels more than even the president. Lu moo tukki soo ko dajalee si days upon 5 months of the year mu ngay tukki. Now let them challenge that anywhere. It's an open challenge for people in this country. When you want to fight corruption, when you want to set an example, you want to be somebody seen as the eye of the people, poor people, diligently, and you want to do it patriotically, you should be not seen one thing. Man, I have no problem with what he says or he does. But Momsi Bobam, he comport himself to those attitudes. You are querying people. You are writing about people. What about you? Who should write about you? We're supposed to know. Then what a probe. If there are allegations, let him come forth and prove himself right. I cannot exonerate him, and no amount of sugarcoating can exonerate him. He has responsibility. He's serving our public office, a public office of trust, where when he is doing his execution as per creed of law, he should not be interfered with. That is where I have a problem with the government, but not himself as his comportment. I'm saying these things. Let them come and prove that it's not true. He is traveling with business class. He is overstaffed in the sense that it's only the president who can be accorded that. But Modou Ceesay has a personal secretary to his office. Modou Ceesay has an personal assistant. Modou Ceesay has 2 protocol officers. Is he vice president? No, my friend, those things are too much. You want to talk about cutting costs for government? When you're increasing cost, employing people that are only close to you and your family and your wife's family, is nepotism and favoritism. I say hell no to that, because we want the Gambia free of corruption, regardless of who you are. If I'm like that, Gallas, call me out, I will answer. If he's like that, we'll call him out, regardless of what Barrow does wrong. Doesn't make him to also use that. But I blame Barrow. I have said it, and I will say it in my video. I said it. I said, in the manner in which you appoint people, when you do certain things, they take that for a right and think, whenever even they start doing that, it's normal. It's the order of the day. Kumbabu amday, akumbabu amunday, dekabi. Nyene ne suñu waxee rek dañ leena investigate dañ ko wax. Te fi dekabi they are compromised so much so that even media houses, they cherry pick what to write up, what to egal, and what to wàccal. Yeneen yi dañoo def lu nekk duñ ko musa egal.
Not here.
No, media houses yi laa wax.
I think it's a media house.
Su ma nee media houses, dégg nga su ma waxee media houses, you are not the only media house.
I know,
and I'm not saying Eyeafrica. If I said Eyeafrica, you have maybe, you say it's personal.
It's okay.
Waaye dama ne media houses te dama ko bamtuwaat.
That's fine.
Dafa am loo xam ne dañ ko dee égal su leen neexee, am na loo xam ne duñ ko dee égal. Am na plateforme yoo xam ne tamit ñeneen ñi seen mbir yi dañ ko distribute amplify ko, ñeneen ñi duñ ko amplify. Te def fii si réew mi la dee xew. So man awma problème ak nit, awma problème ak Modou Ceesay. Lu moo def rafetal nañ ko si lu moo wone nju jaaji nguur bi waaye ñoom sax suñu xamoon duñ ko daan jël waaye bi ko li nga wax dafa ñëw Karamba lu mu doon def tu mu ko def 10 crédit waaye man su ma la bëggee audit ma contract nit war naa mun a óolu kooku mu audit la soo ko óolut contract terminate ko yow nga audit. I have no problem with that. Law, whatever you connect, the illegality and the constitutionality is an interpretation for the Supreme Court. But there are certain clauses and certain sections of the Constitution that are very criminal and incriminating. It will not talk about the deployment. They are galas, so far they don't just the deployment. It's quite on that. And if you ask the government, they will insist that Sakungo, Dahungo, then go redeploy. And that section is quite on redeployment. Legi lan la ñoo jël and ñun lan la ñoo gom as a country. That's why it's the business of everybody for this country to have a constitution that will be there for generations, that will not be tailored for only one government or two governments, suited for an individual purpose and weaponized. Then we should graduate from that.
All right.
Understand nga? So li dafa am lo xamne man dama gis ne conflict of interest fu bari la de nek. Lima wax ni I'm challenging the Auditor General la ko challenge. Lima wax ni if they are not facts, let them refute them. I'm going to tell when you live in Rome, when you live in a glass house, don't throw stones at people. Yo su nekkee yaa ngi def lu baax nit yaa ngi wax ne baax na baax na am na ñoo xam ne ñoo la xam ñooñu tamit ñu ne yow defuloo lu baax te the world is here for everybody to work mënuñoo exonérer kenn soo defee man ñaaw laa wax damaa wax regardless of foo nekk So they will look bad in our. So, Mr. Ceesay, the onus lies on you to clear yourself. And these things are there for everybody to see. So, so investigate, investigate, what would make a problem? But you investigate la.
All right.
You cannot be investigating people and you don't want people to investigate. Hey, lolo du muna am sire omi de.
Alright.
So in papa you neka si ala bi fofu nonu. Den de so na ñun wax nañ leen ñun buñ starté di neka opposition. Lu nekka lan de duñ de am dara. Liggéey duñ ko ut duñ ko am. Lu nekka luñ ko wara yelo sa ñu war ko am ñu divert ko.
Alright.
So léegi nga bëgg ñu bàyyi leen yeen ngay na dem suga ko di tukki comme lan. Di isi seen family ñu bëgg def government entities as family entities. Hell no, du am fii.
Alright.